Okay, today is January the 3rd, 2017, and right now at 10 p.m. in the foothills of Los Angeles, we have a temperature of 42 degrees. The relative humidity is 92%. We've got a dew point of 40 degrees, and the barometer is rising. We're at 30.07. Yesterday we were at 30.05, and on the 1st, we were at 29.90. So we've got a rising pressure trend as well as a very, very heavy chemtrail spraying over this moisture field right here, moving into Southern California. This has all been sprayed over very, very heavily, and we can see that in the MODIS Today map. In fact, let's go up here and take a look at a screenshot taken earlier today. This was taken around 2:30 p.m. And this shows the flow into Southern California. All this, what looks like rain. This is a lot of moisture, heavy moisture. We've got the same pattern right up here. And notice what's happening up here. We're actually getting rain up in Northern California, but not down here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Doppler map right now. And this is what it's looked like most of the day. We've seen a little bit of southbound, or rather central California, that there's been some development of rain just right here in the Central California area. But down here in LA, from Point Conception south, there's really nothing. There's a couple little spots right here near Point Conception. If we zoom in, you can see that right here. But there's no rain in Southern California basically to speak of. And that's because of the very heavy aerosol chemtrail spraying once again. So the weather controllers have shut off the rain for Southern California for another day. Up here we see that there's plenty of rain and snow falling. Let's go back to the map here, the water vapor map. We see the pattern into Southern California. We have a tropical Pineapple Express flow right into Southern California. We've got a flow right here into Northern California and Central California. This is also this is part of a different flow pattern, but it is nonetheless moisture moving in. We've got the tropical flow down here moving in, but moisture's moisture. This is warmer moisture. This is cooler moisture. But point is that we have a problem with the aerosol spraying, and we're going to take a look at that right now. This is the MODIS Today. This is a color satellite map looking at Los Angeles and also greater Southern California and Central California. LA is right here. And we can just see the tremendous aerosol chemtrail attack. These are all streaks. We pan north. This is all haze. This is all chemtrail haze. Everything in this picture. And if you can see the clouds below it, those are natural clouds like we see way over here. Right here we've got some natural clouds that are poking through that haze, that chemical chemtrail haze. Now look at all these streaks. They're everywhere. They're just everywhere. They're running every which way. Looks like graph paper. You can see them through here. As we pan into the desert, look at this. There's just dozens and dozens and dozens of streaks. These are chemical aerosols. This is not water vapor. These are not contrails. These are chemtrails, which is a chemical aerosol desiccant, which prevents the natural lift in the atmosphere, which allows the precipitation process to occur. Look at all of it. Look at this. This is really almost unbelievable what they're doing. And the EPA is allowing this. And everyone who lives in California and has a car, we all know the strict smog pollution control rules that we all have to live by with our cars. And now we've got catalytic converters on motorcycles. It's very, very strict here in California about the air pollution and what we're allowed to. If you got a check engine light on in your car, you can't get your tags, your registration tags. Yet we see these toxic aerosols being sprayed almost on a daily basis, and to stop the rain. They're modifying our weather while they're ruining the atmosphere. So this has got to stop. The stooges on television are either terribly stupid and naive, or they are a part of this process and they know what's going on. In either case, they have to be removed because either they're too stupid and they're not connecting the dots, or they know what's going on and they are condoning it by allowing it and not speaking out. So if you're not speaking out, you might as well just sign up. In either case, these people have to be removed, and that's the point. So look at this. This is just a really pretty sickening in every sense of the word. It's killing the trees. These chemical aerosols, this nanoparticulate settles on the pine needles in the forests, and we have forest fires. This chemical, this nanoparticulate aluminum and barium and strontium, that stuff burns very, very hot, and it acts as an accelerant. Okay, let's look at some of these other maps. Let's go to the the water vapor map. We can see high pressure spinning clockwise up here. We've got a low pressure system trying to develop right here. We've got this flow into Northern California. We've got high pressure spinning the opposite directions. So we've got an eddy current here, which is forming a vortex. Low pressure. I think this is a mid and upper level low. We'll take a look at the pressure maps. And we have this flow into California, which is yielding zero rain because of all the chemtrails we just looked at. Here's the IR map, infrared map. We also have another low pressure system developing up here with a transmitter on it. Right here we see that transmitter, which is blockading this next moisture flow, which wants to move down. It's all being blocked by this transmitter generated blockade. The tail of this moisture field is moving to the north into Alaska. We have a blockade right here, shielding this system from this flow pattern, which is winding back around down into Canada. Here's the western U.S. water vapor loop. See that flow pattern. This is all, they're allowing rain in Northern California, but it's not being allowed in Southern California because of all the spraying, chemtrail spraying here. All right, we see the surface analysis map. Got this low sitting offshore. There's actually two lows which have merged together. These are both listed as gales, and they're sort of moving to the east. Got another low indicated right off of the Northern California coast, and high pressure down over the Southern California area right here. That's why our barometer's up high at 3007. Okay. Again, here's the you have the Doppler radar map. You see all the rain is to the north, and no rain in Southern California. Okay, let's look quickly at the SSCC water vapor map, and you can see the aerosols. A lot of chemtrails being sprayed up in here and all through this flow, moving into Southern California right here. And we see this developing low. There's actually two lows here which are going to merge together, I think. Okay, here's the jet stream pattern, and it's flowing right into California. See that right here. So it's very favorable for rain, and all the weather is moving right into California, except for we're being sprayed to death down here in Southern California. That's stop the rain. Seen that map, the MODIS Today. Here's the 500 millibar. We have these upper level lows. This is moving towards our area. some squiggly lines here indicating some pressure manipulation by those ground transmitters. Here we have the the 300 millibar map. We have the upper level low right here. This is those two gales that have sort of merged together. We have an ideal pattern for bringing rain into California, and that's being stopped. Okay, now here's some screenshots I took today around 2:30. This is the flow pattern. Looks like a lot of heavy rain, but again, the chemtrails were so overpowering, along with the high pressure, that just stopped. Had to shut everything off. It shut off the water. Okay, here's the next screenshot showing a straight edge here. This is about a 120-degree angle. If we get the envelope out on this, we can see it very, very straight line. Very straight line there. That is a transmitter generated feature, chopping up the rain pattern. Got a straight edge here as well. This is about a 120-degree angle, I would guess. We have very straight edges here. Those are transmitter generated by a ground transmitter. Next picture is right here. We see some strange, we have like a rectangle right here in the Central Valley near San Francisco, chopping up the rain. Okay, let me pan this up a little bit. And here we see, we've seen this transmitter at work before. This is in Arizona. We can see the triangulate these lines. They end up down somewhere right in this area. There's a transmitter which is chopping up the, actually right down here off of the Highway 8. Actually, this is the Yuma, I believe this is the Marine Corps Air Station right down in this area that is chopping up this rain pattern here. Okay, and the next shot is of, this is near, there's a transmitter. We can see these lines are all converging right around, right here between Davis and Dixon on this highway. Right here, there's a transmitter right in this area. Let's see if we can find that one. All these lines here all converge right about here, right in this area. This is breaking up the rain pattern. We can see the different colors, and let's find that one. Next is up near Eureka, Fortuna. We see some lines here, here, and over here. These are all converging right just south of Fortuna. Here's the coastline out here. May be hard to see on the screen there, but we have a road here running through Garberville. This is the 101, I believe. But right here, I think there's a transmitter just somewhere right around here, just south of Fortuna, west of this Highway 101. All right, going back to the first picture again. That's about as good evidence as we'll ever see. This is not Mother Nature generating those extremely straight lines. This is the kind of climate change that they don't want us to know about. Instead, we're being told that coal mining and cow farts and different absurd reasons. And so this has to stop. We have to get to the bottom of this and get these politicians either out of office or get them educated. Okay, so that's the report. We'll go ahead and just leave it right here.